That I was pushing him. I was pushing him out. I'm like, yeah, if you gonna take them from me, I'm gonna give you as many as I can give until I can't. But that was
Okay, so that's what I was trying to get to. So in this,
yeah.
and I'm happy you're alive and well. So let me say that first. But are you saying you had so many children because it was predicted that you wouldn't?
It was predicted that I wouldn't.
Why would I beg you to act right when it's people begging me to stop playing?
Hello?
Ah.
Period, Pooh.
You ready?
I am.
Do you have on clothes?
I do.
I was like, I thought I saw a thong when you were standing
No,
up.
girl,
Oh no.
I got clothes on.
Oh,
It's
we
just
did a Kendrick
blending in
camp
with my
early. You petite.
it's blending in with my skin, but I got clothes on.
Okay, Diamond, where you live, honey? Where you calling me from?
I'm in Charlotte.
Charlotte, how old are you?
38.
38. What you do for a living?
I'm a nurse.
Y'all better come and get one of these. It's a woman in the medical field.
A nurse. Do you have any children?
I do.
A lot older than I look. You know, I'm black, so you'll never know.
Okay, what up, guys? This is the undivested version. And right now, I'm just going to do a breakdown of this incredible modern woman. What else can I say? This is the days we live in. Another woman that's living life her way, doing it her way. But the only problem is that when her way doesn't work out the way she thought it should, well, it's going to be everybody else's fault, especially black men. And then after that, society and racism. So let's get into it, man. See what she got to say and see what we can learn from, and what we can possibly stay away from. But let's see what type of knowledge she got to give us. Let's get into it.
See, this one y'all gonna kick me down there, but it's okay because I'm ready. I've been watching the show for some years now. I have 7 lovely children.
Okay, she has 7 kids. You gave birth to all 7?
I did.
It's not okay. Would you date a woman that has 7 kids?
I would.
You would, okay.
I would. Look, as ironic as it is, I have never dated a single person with children, but I love kids so much.
Real quick, just give me their current ages, honey.
Oh, so 18, 13, 12, 9, 5, 4, 2.
All by the same man?
No, I have one. My oldest is with how you doing? My first girlfriend, and then
Look at Kendra's face. She looking around confused like a boy. She's like, wait a minute, what? Y'all did it the right way. A female? Your girlfriend? A baby? Look at her.
I was married to my oldest kid's father, and then I have my youngest kid's dad.
So it's 3 people, but you said one was a woman?
I have my oldest with my oldest kid, my oldest son's mother. Yes.
So was that a surrogate situation? How did that work? Who was
No, no, we did the real thing.
Well,
we did it.
In order for a baby to be created, it takes a man and a woman. So where did you get the sperm from?
So there was a guy.
My point of breaking down this video and giving my point of view and thoughts on it is this reason in particular, right? Modern women would do whatever they want to do, and they've been doing this shit for a long time. This is nothing new. This is not like they just started it in 2000.
Of the 60,000 babies born in Maryland in 1980, almost 26% were to unwed mothers, compared to a 17% national average. Most of those births were to women over the age of 20. But as the number of babies born to unmarried women increases, fewer women are putting their babies up for adoption as they might have 15 or 20 years ago. This is especially true for women in their mid-20s to late 30s. Often their education is behind them. They're established in a job or a career. And largely because of the high divorce rate, there is less of a stigma attached to being a single mother. Older women may also feel the pressure of their biological time clocks. Doctors say they may not be as fertile, and their babies run a greater risk of birth defects the longer they wait. The 5 women we will meet will talk about their decisions to go it alone. 3 of those women did not consciously plan their pregnancies. The other 2 made deliberate decisions to become single mothers.
17 years ago, the attitude of society is not the same as society's attitude today. It is very difficult to be, or it was very difficult to be a single parent 15 years ago. It just wasn't acceptable behavior. It was just definitely a no-no. But I've never really concerned myself with society. It was a very personal decision. It was a very private decision. And it had no relations to society. It was what I wanted to do.
For Frida, balancing childcare with an education and a career began when she was still in college. Although society's attitude didn't matter to Frida, her mother's opinion did.
You know, it's been cases like this where they was, I remember being a kid in the projects, and there was couples, lesbians together then. And there was women who, from what I understand at the time, had never been with a woman until then. And they had a bunch of kids, and the woman was in their house. And it was all kind of rumors amongst the women how she was getting her behind whooped. You know, she be beating her behind. She's scared of her, you know. And you could see it too. So, and it was a bunch of women talk, so women be knowing what be going on. And those was typically the people talking about what was going on. They knew, and it was because you could see how she had her in check. But I noticed how they do what they want, and when living reckless and, you know, however they want to live come back to haunt them, and it comes back to crush their situation. Now, where to help at, and oh my God, we go through so much, and all this other foolishness. You see what I'm saying? And this is what they don't seem to like care to understand. I can't even say understand, because they understand it. They just don't care. They feel like they're going to live their life. But when you live your life how you want to, then deal with it. Don't look for people to help you. Like, deal with it. You know, you die on that. That's what you chose to do. But that's not what y'all do. And the integrity is not there. It's like they don't care all the crap that they was talking. They don't care about none of that. What to help at? Help me. You should have helped me. What am I in at? And all this other foolishness. Nah, you decided to do that. Then you're bringing these kids into a situation where, you know, it's a bunch of confusion because you want to rewrite the rules. Well, we don't necessarily have to live. Okay. And then when things turn out the way they turned out, why you don't ever take any accountability? Like when y'all voted for Joe, 100% damn near. And now everybody's suffering because of you. Oh, we was the reason why he got elected. But yet, now that everything turned to crap, you don't want to. You don't put your hand down. You know. So that's the point of the breakdown of the video, man. It's to point out which we already know, but we just gonna dive and dig into it and keep it before the people face like the Lord, because it need to be seen, so that the lies that they tell just, you know, it fall flat on its face. You know, but let's keep going.
That we had after we were together, we had the baby. We stayed together for probably like maybe 2 or 3 years after that, after our son was born.
So with the woman, who carried the child?
I did.
So did you have sex with the man that you got married, pregnant
I did.
by?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you had sex with him to get pregnant, but he signed off his paperwork to be the father.
Yes.
Is that true, or are you just agreeing with me?
No. He has never seen. I think he saw my son once, but that was early on. But he went on about his way. My son has never met him ever. Not that that's a good thing, to be honest. Now that I'm older, I think that that's probably something that I would be open to now. But my son's mother is still his mother. She's still in his life. She still takes care of him. She's still my best friend.
Tony's father was never involved in his upbringing. The subject is a sensitive one with Frida.
I had very little contact with Tony's father, and I really don't want to get into that part of it. It was a decision that I made. I made the decision not really considering his position concerning the situation, and he just didn't play a role, not at all, and he still doesn't.
I mean, and no surprise there. You see what I'm saying? Now she said, "Oh, well, now that I'm older now I looking back, maybe that wasn't a good idea to not have the daddy in his life." But they do that a lot. You see what I'm saying? A lot of the things that they do, that are screwed up like that is in their younger years. You see what I'm saying? But typically, even when they say, I was young, even if they was like 32, now that they 40, it's like, okay, when are you going to be old? You see what I'm saying? But my problem with it again, and I know most of my brother's problems is this. It's always somebody else's fault when they screw up. You see what I'm saying? And especially before we had the internet, if they can get on Oprah, Ricky Lake, Jesse Raphael, whatever show they can get on to tell how, they have less to choose from, and how, they black men are there because they're in jail and all that. And really, a lot of it was just their choices, bro. As we can see, this woman is not a one-off. This woman is not a one-off. This is what happened, whether the situation didn't go exactly like hers, but similar. A lot of them duck and dive into the JJ. A lot of them. And then had a nerve to blame the guys for them being interested in women when they was interested in them since they was young girls. And once everything became regular and no longer taboo, because at one time they got rocks thrown at them, not literally, but they got rocks thrown at them, and they was getting into fights too for if they was funny, But a lot of them passed for tomboys back in that time. You see what I'm saying? So that's why they threw us under the bus about being funny, having those ways about them when they did, because it was still taboo. So they were, and anytime they're looked at as they always the victim. So anytime they're looked at as the culprit, where they got to find somebody to place the blame on. But this is what I'm saying. This is not a one-off, man. A lot of them get pregnant by dudes on one-night stands and leaving the club. I remember being a kid, and this one lady she had, we used to play with her kids, come to her house to play with her kids, and when she wasn't home, we was all in her room. Man, this lady had like a bucket full of condoms under the bed, and she was known to bring home guys from the club. You see what I'm saying? But yet, she would have been the same type of woman they put on the news as a single mother. I hope they love us. Yeah. Come to find out their background is dirty. You see what I'm saying? So, man, I'm highlighting these things because we got to keep this thing before the people face like the Lord. That's real. Because enough is enough. And they've been throwing our reputation under the bus and things like that for a long time. This is not ridiculing this woman. This is just cleaning face and cleaning house. Because it's time for you to be real about what you done and how you did it. Carry on.
Okay. And how many kids did you have by your ex-husband?
We have 2.
So you have 2. So you have 1 with the woman.
I have 1 with the woman. Yes.
You have 2 by your ex-husband.
I have 2 by my ex-husband, my 2 oldest ones.
And then the last 4 are by who?
Oh, I skipped one. So yes, I had my middle daughter. She's the only one with a separate dad.
So basically you have kids by 4 people, not 3 people.
So 4. 1, 2, so 4. So 4.
So many kids she can't even count. But that's what I'm saying though. I had actually stated that a while back. I said, I guarantee if you women can have kids by women, y'all will be single mothers by them too. You see what I mean? I'd even heard lesbian women say things like that. Boy, if I was a man, I'd have 120 kids. Yeah. And she kept a girlfriend too. And matter of fact, this woman that I'm talking about was the preference. Light skin, dreads, had the hazel eyes. And she kept a black chick. Kept one. I'm talking about kept a big thick. You know what I mean? But yet, they call the light skinned women the preference. They don't call them when the preference when they with them, or they don't call them the preference when a white man is with a light skinned woman. They only call them the preference when a black man is with them, And you be seeing these black women with white women and everything too. And notice that the black women don't have nothing to say about it. Have you, blood brothers, even so-called sisters, and the ones that really are sisters, I guess. Have you ever seen it or heard when these women are with these white women or Hispanic women or, any other race of women? Have you ever heard them have anything negative to say? Was they ever called a sellout or anything close? Nah, you never heard it. If you can, please drop it so we can see it. You've never heard it. They don't have a problem with that. The only problem is you. You see what I'm saying? The same woman they criticizing you about, they'll suck the juice out of like a crab leg in a New York minute. Don't let her go out with her. Oh, forget it. Girls trips is going down. But club night, go out, drink with her. No, they gonna get her drunk. Oh, he haven't drinking and took advantage when they the main one. That's what they do. They sure gonna get the homegirl. Don't let it be a work buddy. Oh, they already know go have a couple drinks. Like, these people are frauds. You know what I mean? They'll do the same damn thing they criticizing you about. You know, when these girls dance in the club, who the first ones quick to jump behind them and grind on them? And slap their butt and rub their booty. The same one they calling the preference and criticizing you for, they'll jump their bones in a minute. The same one they criticizing you for and calling the preference, they'll wake them up when they done fell asleep off drinking too much in the bed, talking about shh and do the do. You know, it's ridiculous, man. But this lady is a single mother by a woman, you know, and forgot how many kids she had. She skipped a child. But I find that ironic that she's a single mother by a female. So they, you know, the men are typically let them tell it. And I'm not saying she's saying that in this interview, but let them tell it. The men are typically the problem, but they can't even get along in relationships with each other. You see what I'm saying? And for years, they lied and tried to make it believe that it was the men that was a problem in the men. And girl, you know your worth, and somebody's out there to make you happy. As if, you talk about these relationships as if you wasn't in them, you know? As if you weren't in them. You was in these relationships. You know that, right? So you had something to do with it. But let's continue. Let's hear what else the lovely lady got to say. Here it is.
So 4 people, I'm going to say people because one was a surrogate situation
with the
and
woman.
the other were 3 men. So the 9-year-old has her own father.
She has her own father. And then the babies have their own father.
So the 5, 4, and 2-year-old.
Yes.
Why are you not with that man, the one you had the last 3 kids with?
Well, when we were together, I think it was just like a lot of, after a while, not initially, but after a while, it was just a lot of bickering, arguing. There was a big age difference where I was done having children. I met him, he had none. And so my plan was
having
never
children, you had 3 kids by him.
No. When I met him, he had none. So when I met him,
yeah, I know, but you said that you were done having children, but yet you proceeded to have 3 by him.
Yes, so that's where I'm getting to. So I was done having children, but when I met him, I had no intention on having any children. We were like casually dating.
Translation: we were casually dating. They were smashing. You see what I'm saying? It was when she needed to pipe down and not to be licked at this time, she called cuz. You know what I'm saying? She called cuz. And like she said, she ain't have no intentions of having no kids, but this is typically how these things happen. You know, casually dating, get pregnant. You know, if she feels that she don't want to have the baby, she get rid of it. But if she decides that she don't believe in deleting one this month, then now he's forced to be a dad. But can't nobody force them to be a mother. And a lot of times, in many of these cases, this is how these women, you see them with all these kids. It ain't typically that somebody done ran off. They were just busting it casually. And you know a lot of that going on today. That's why the STD rate's so high. They got to strap up 4 times to make sure they, stay safe out here. You see what I'm saying? But she ain't gonna see. She gonna make it sound good. Yo, we were casually dating, and no, you tell it like it is. You freaky, and you kept the meat on standby. That's why a lot of times when you try to holler at these women, they typically already got a guy that's busting them down. That's and a lot of times you gotta watch it because that's a lot of times that they'll make you wait is because they already got somebody. So you will be waiting in the background and taking out on dates, spending money, and she holding out because really when she need it, she go smash the dude that she really got on call to make sure she don't give it to you too early till she ready. You see what I'm saying? And then a lot of them talk about have your options open and date 2 or 3 guys at one time. But if they catch you out with another girl dating, well, y'all playing games and see this is why she don't trust dudes. Nah. But yet they tell each other to have this roster, just in case. But if they catch you out with another girl playing the same game, these niggas, these dudes. Yeah, this is what it is.
Then we started liking each other, and then we tried to, do the whole family thing. But I think it was just the age gap that originally made me not want to pursue the relationship. Ultimately, that ended up being the downfall.
How much older was he?
We were 7 years apart.
7 years apart. So, and you guys were never married, correct?
No, we were never married.
You're a nurse, you said, correct?
I'm a nurse. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we got Diamond Charlotte, 38. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Libra.
A Libra. So we got Diamond Charlotte, 38, Libra, a nurse, mom to 7 kids, by 4 people, 3 men, and then she had a serious situation with her ex-girlfriend, correct?
Yes, which is my best friend.
Is her best friend. So are you bisexual, Diamond?
Oh, my charger did something weird. So like I tell everyone, I would be a liar to say I'm not. I started with women, I ended with women, but I had my children with the men that I was with. But I've always had the attraction to the woman. I never looked at like, oh, I'm gonna go be with this man. I always said, oh, if I get with somebody else, it's gonna be that girl.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm following along. Some cousins are confused. I'm a little
I wish I
confused
could see
too.
the comments, but I can't see anything.
Girl, you don't want to see these comments. Let's keep going. You don't want to see them. Does the woman have to make a certain amount of money?
Yes. So I'm gonna say at least 90,000 a year. That
Okay.
makes sense.
What are your deal breakers?
Um, so I'm gonna go with what everyone else is saying. I don't like a liar. I don't like a liar. I don't like a cheater. I don't like a person that's not confident. You have to be confident. Um, you have to be able to walk into a room and look nice, dress nice, speak well, be intelligent, have some type of accolade about you or with you, and just be realistic with who you are in the space that you're in.
Okay. Should she look a certain way?
Um, Pretty.
Wow. Guys, did you hear that? Now, don't that sound familiar? You know what I'm saying? A woman that describes a woman that she wants a lot like typically what a man wants. A sweet woman, a feminine, you know? And I didn't know that when they called women pretty that walk around acting like a man, that they said call me handsome. Oh, that was news. I don't know. Did y'all know that? I know that they him and I know that. I know they do stuff like that, but I didn't know that. You know, I guess that's a little insider scoop right there, that they actually say, "No, don't call me pretty, call me handsome." Wow, it really be taking it seriously, don't they? Until the police get a hold of them, and that's a female. Why is y'all roughing her up like that? She was just calling him. But it's amazing. It's really amazing how she described the type of woman she want, and it was a lot like what a man would describe the type of woman he wants. A woman that knows she's a woman. You can't handle a strong black. None of that. But why though? I thought that was what we supposed to take, right? So why you can't take it? That's what we supposed to want. We supposed to deal with it. All women are beautiful. What do you mean? Oh, you see? This is why I say you listen to one of these people, you a fool, God knows. When it comes down to common sense and having that, you see that once they got to put on those shoes, they trying to have you put on your feet, they start making sense then. Like they ain't as stupid as you. They like, damn, this kind of sound a lot like men now. Kind of sound like she got a little more logic than when she was talking, when she was on my foot. Man, isn't that something? I remember. Let me leave it at that. Let's carry on.
So, okay. So are you tonight looking for a man or a woman?
I'm looking for a woman. That's my preference.
Okay, so now you want a woman tonight.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of woman are you looking for?
So I like nice girls, soft girls, feminine girls, women that know that they're women. I don't like butch and dominant and, just like the ones that say, uh that don't identify with being like the full woman. I like women when I look at you, I say you're beautiful, and they say thank you. Not the ones that say I say you're beautiful, and they be like, don't call me that, call me handsome. I like women that know that they're women.
Let me just ask you: if a man is interested, should he not even shoot a shot at you?
I knew this was gonna come. I said that. I said they're gonna ask me this question. So I've been with women my whole life. Since before I even dated women, I was looking at women at 4 years old. But to be honest, at this big age of that I am in, I'm not finding myself running across the woman. So a guy would have to be like grand to sweep me off my feet at this point. I think.
Amazing. And what did I say? Didn't I say that? She said she been looking at women since she was about 4 years old. But when 2000 hit, early 2000, if y'all was there, y'all can remember. Remember when all of them was running through the gay door like it was a marathon or a goddamn sprint? But what they was doing at that time, it's the men, cause of y'all dudes. Cause that's why we going to women, cause of y'all dudes. It was all our fault. Because it was still taboo and it was still kind of looked at, before that, girls going wild was a thing. You know what I'm saying? Then like after that was like the gay boom. And it was like, what is going on? And they thought they had found the Rosetta Stone. They was all after each other. And it was all our fault. But this one just admitted, and she's older than, she's definitely, she's come from that time. She said she's 38. So she's definitely older than the 2000s. She was definitely in that crew where it was men's fault, but she wasn't telling nobody at that time that she been liking women since 4 years old. That came after, when everything started to be acceptable. And if you was a man at that time, you was there, you know it. All of a sudden you start realizing that all the girls in your school was gay. You like, dang. And they knew it before we did. We was Johnny come latelys. One time we found out, and it was your baby mama, it was her friends. And, goddamn, you like, well, what's going on? And she 38, so she would know. You see what I'm saying? But she been liking them ever since she was 4. Ain't that something? But it was our fault when it broke out, like a cancer. You see what I'm saying? It was the men's fault. Yeah, they don't want these men no more. Now all of them that claim they didn't want men no more, it came back now, and they have several kids apiece by 20 different dudes. As the one speaking. You see what I'm saying? But it's funny that women are so great and the relationships with them are so great, but she hadn't seemed to been able to find one and run into one that can sweep off her feet. But if a man is gonna be worthy enough for her, he gonna have to be grand. You see what I'm saying? Now when she get older and more washed, and when I watch, let her still be single by 52. Watch how she all of a sudden want a real man, and girl, it ain't none out here. And it won't be. You probably gonna die like that. Unless some fool come along and take you. Now, why would a man with a brain do that? All your good years, yo, young, when everything was tight and them things set up and you was at your best. Why? And I'm supposed to work hard for that? I'm supposed to work hard for you? You please, or 50-50, you better hope you ain't going 70-25. That's probably over 100, but whatever. Because, what am I getting? Are you crazy? You see what I'm saying? But she'll be ready then and willing, but she'll be washed in. Like that other chick that the dude was doing the interview in the street where he said, you don't want to be married? She said, yeah, when I'm old. Another black chick. And this is what these people think. Bro, this ain't the 90s no more, where you can go be a freaknik toddler and then show up when you old and still get a good husband and now you saved now. And no. Nah. You might be able to catch some food, but it ain't going to be as easy as it used to be. Boy, brothers is waking up by the daily. What I'm going to do with this? You old and rotten now. Now I'm supposed to take it and what? Go for who? Get up and go to work in the morning for that? You lost your mind. But the man got to be spectacular though. She looking for a woman until they both need to lift something, and then now they need to add a trio. You know what I mean? You can't make this. You might not be able to understand it, but you can't make it up. Read Ridiculous. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get ready to go ahead and start wrapping this up because I know people's attention span is, I don't know, I ain't throwing nobody down about it, but attention span today is like a baby. So I'm going to start wrapping up, but let's get to it.
I've come from a place to where I've been with women so long and intermittently been with men that I feel like I know, I'm not gonna say I know, but I feel like I need to go with what I know I've been wanting since I was a kid, which is a woman. However, I'm not finding the luck. So sometimes I say, well, maybe this ain't what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. I don't want anything else, but I'm not finding anything in this area. I get a lot of men that want to talk to me, and a lot of times I won't give them a chance. So if I think that you would have to be grand and check a whole lot of boxes in order for me to be like, yes, this is what I'm going to do.
All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I think you guys heard enough of the testimony Miss Poison Diamond was given. And, she goes on and on to talk about, how it don't matter how many kids you have as long as you can take care of them. But that's pretty stupid because that's how y'all end up in this situation in the first place, thinking dumb like that. There's a lot of women that think like that. And once they find out, get into that struggle, now they complaining like Tiffany Haddish talking about, I ain't even have men around me. I don't have a husband. Well, that's your fault. You talking like, that's somebody supposed to come fix that or something. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you were one of those black women talking about you didn't need a man either before you started getting old. Just like just like pretty much this one. Catching a few years. She ain't got that woman yet. She will be complaining and probably shouldn't, ain't no telling. But this is, you guys, this is typically you guys' revelation at the end, and then, but when the end comes, you want to point fingers. But yeah, she goes on to talk about her big house and how she is the top head nurse, and and like stuff that, okay, women might clap their hands at that, and a dude that ain't got as much money as you, just like she said, how you come and see what all this woman got, and you in a 1-bedroom apartment, right? That's typically the guy with the money and it's on top is not looking it's typically not looking your way though. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna compare the guys with the 1-bedroom apartment to black men and them not being on black women's level. Like the dude that's above your level ain't about to do that. Like you compared to him, you're lower. With the 7 kids and because you a nerd. Yeah, women gonna clap their hands at that because that's what y'all do. Women can run into a bear gorilla face chick that's 400 pounds and she go, girl, you look good. Oh, you was cute today. Just a liar. I wouldn't believe nothing they say. Because that's what y'all do. Y'all literally just try to uplift each other before or after y'all tear each other down. It's like, it's ridiculous. You see what I'm saying? So all this accolades she's talking about is just like, bro, okay. Like that. To the man, you said he has to check all the. You just said about the man, he has to be immaculate. You looking for a woman, and she can pretty much have this and that, but that man he gotta check the boxes off. Exactly, and that type of man is what? You bought 40? Like this is not, bro. Yeah, it's a maybe, baby, but you're pushing the maybe, baby. You see what I mean? But you can't tell him nothing. I ain't saying nothing. Hey, who is you? Bro, listen, reality, you fool. That's all I'm saying. It's like you throwing all these accolades around. Yeah, that might mean something to a woman, but to a man, that what you saying he have to be in order for you to get him, I ain't thinking about you most likely. And then you talk about, if you go along to listen to her, in case you guys missed it, she was talking about how she raised her kids to accept somebody for them, but yet you just said if a man's you gonna accept a man, he gotta climb some hoops. That ain't accepting a man for him. So how did you raise your son and your children to be that? If the woman that he choose, if he bring home a woman with 7 kids, how you raised him to be like that when you already said you ain't like that when it comes to the man? He gotta check off some boxes. Well, that ain't accepting him where he's at. So how are you raising that? But whatever, these people don't listen to their self-talk. But yeah, that's my take on it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up because it's been long enough. And before I do that, though, let's have a word from our sponsor. Check it out.
I have girlfriends in marriages right now who have settled with the nice, safe, secure guy we weren't all that attracted to. We didn't really want that much. We didn't have any chemistry with. We had meh sex with because we had to. Because the guy we actually felt passion and chemistry for doesn't want us. Or makes us so emotionally unhinged and erratic that we can't look ourselves in the mirror anymore. Normally, those guys that we settle for don't make it happen. To us, it's like, well, damn, if you're putting up with it, well, okay, cool. If you're still here, cool. When you want to go, that's fine. But in the meantime, I got no one else. You're here to give it. Cool. I accept. But my God, I see how pathetic you are, and I will definitely use that to my advantage. We'd leave you in a heartbeat if someone better came along.